Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for what's coming in July 2021. So we have these four beautiful piles. I know there looks to be so much going on in the background, but as we get to the reading, it's not going to look as crazy as it all looks because we will be moving the crystals away. So these crystals are actually available to purchase on my website if anyone is interested. There's lots of other different colours as well, different sizes, weights, etc. So you can always check them out. I'll leave a link just underneath the timestamps if anyone would like to purchase these special crystals. And they're so beautiful. They match these cards perfectly, which I actually got from Soul and Spirit. They do like a magazine subscription, and for this month they have these absolutely stunning cards, which they're just so beautiful, and we'll talk a little bit more about those in the readings as well as to what those cards are. So before I talk about the groups, I just wanted to mention that if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, those are available down below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours. They're also available to purchase on my website. Speaking of my website, the last thing I want to mention is that there are intention manifesting items on there that so many people have seen results with. You can scroll down to see the amazing reviews on my website, and also it's on my Etsy store as well. But there's handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels. I'm getting really excited about them. There's embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, your wallet or your purse, which are hand embroidered by me. And there's also intention pouches which you can also place around you or in your pillow, your wallet or your purse or bag, let's say. There's also crystals, divination coins, charms, pendulums, cloth bowls, etc. Meditated and sage from me to you. So yeah, everything is there, and we will get started. So group number one, you have this absolutely stunning purple crystal with the purple card. You've got group two with the green crystal and the green card. I feel like it just goes without saying because you get the gist of what I'm going to say. Group three with this absolutely stunning blue crystal and blue card, and then you've got group four with this pink crystal and pink card. Now I would say you can definitely pick two for this particular reading. Pick twice if you wanted to. If you only feel drawn to one, that's okay as well. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place these cards on the side, and then we'll get started. Alright, so I'm just going to move things a little closer. Do 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 do. Okay. Group number one, what's coming in July 2021. So we are going to take a look and see what is happening. The crystals are available to purchase. They are down below. There's so many different varieties and colours as well. If you are interested, it will be just below each of the timestamps. Well, under all the timestamps is what I mean. Yeah. Anyways, you have chosen this stunning purple crystal. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it right in the middle, and we'll take a look and see what's coming through for you for July. All right. So we have here one of the pocket mantras. So let's have a look and see. So it says, just like a butterfly, I emerge from my cocoon with my beautiful wings spread wide. Okay, so July is a month where you are going to emerge out of your cocoon. Okay, change is coming, but I feel like there's a good change. It's a different change. I think that it's a change that gives you so much more power, will, freedom, expression, boundaries. You've got wings now, so it's not the same as just emerging from your cocoon and the hermit coming out of its cave. It comes out as a butterfly. It comes out as a changed thing, right? So a lot of you have felt just very miserable, upset, annoyed, frustrated with, I feel, life and everything that sometimes life has to offer. You may have had some disappointments in regards to love or career or friendships and relationships, you know, which can also include family as well. But essentially what I see here is that as Mercury enters Cancer on the 11th of July, there seems to be a lot more freedom. You seem to be respected a lot more. People seem to understand you a lot more. And with that, you seem to be gaining a lot of energy where you have the power to do things for yourself. Where if people are swaying you away from things that you don't want to do, you have that willpower to say, you know what, actually, no, I want to do this because, well, it's my life and I appreciate the support you're giving or what you're trying to say, but I have to do this for myself. So it's almost like you have boundaries and you know that you are a butterfly. And so, yeah, I mean, look, that's a big transformation. You're no longer a caterpillar, okay? Going from a caterpillar to a butterfly also means that your surroundings change. You're no longer going to be that caterpillar just like crawling around everywhere, right? You now have wings. It's a different kind of change. A lot of you are going through big changes where you may be moving out, let's say, or you might be this is going to be different for everyone, so just bear with me when I give you all of these sort of options, because some of you might be like, really, like, that does not resonate with me, like, you know, because I was going to literally say some of you may be finishing up school, some of you might be moving from one school year to the next, let's say, especially if you're, you know, older, or you might be going from, let's say, you might be finishing up your degree and then doing like a job, for example, or you might be leaving a job and going to a new one. You might be buying a house. Like big changes are arising, okay? And for some of you, these are like emotional and mental changes, which are huge, right? Which seem to allow you to spread your wings and feel so much more confident and happier in your personal choices. And so that's really what I do see here, which is obviously pretty significant. I feel like I've talked about this card so much. And actually, you know, purple is a really beautiful color for those of you that have been extremely stressed out, and some of you may still feel that stress. I feel like the main changes are coming after the 11th of July, so keep that in mind. If you're feeling stressed, what I would recommend, I actually have one of these on my table as well, which is kind of cool that I was about to mention it. I was going to say amethyst and lavender. They are really great for sort of calming down energies, giving you a bit of peace. Some of you may have essential oils. If you have lavender, it can be great. I know some people are also allergic to lavender, so just be aware of your own personal allergies. That's all I'll say. You know, obviously, like not everything suits everyone, so just be mindful of like what what is good for you, you know, because of course it doesn't always help everyone. But for those of you where it's not an issue, I definitely do recommend that as well. We have, actually on the side here, I have this pendulum, which is an amethyst pendulum, which actually is available on my website as well. I'm trying not to, you know, like sell you a whole bunch of things here, but you may have, you know, amethyst lying around in your home. If you do, and if you are someone who loves crystals, having this actually around you can be really powerful in terms of giving you peace, right? So definitely any form of, well, amethyst can be very powerful, but also the color purple, right? So if you, for example, have a purple t-shirt or a purple, I don't know, pair of trousers or pants as they call them in other countries, or if you have something purple, or even a bracelet that's purple, say for example, wearing it throughout the course of July. Obviously, if it's like clothing, you don't want to be wearing the same thing every day, right? I mean, it's personal choice. But yes, purple is a great colour, and embracing it, or even painting your nails purple if you like to paint your nails. I know not everybody does, and whether you're male or female, you know, regardless, you do you. But yeah, it's one of those things, like that can also be quite significant. I really feel like there's an energy here where Spirit is telling me that purple is your colour, okay, for July, and it can really sort of calm down energies, make you feel much more powerful from within yourself, and just give you a lot of rest and peace, which also can energize you. So that's why I see lavender as well. For those of you that sort of come to me and you look for recommendations from my website, I mean, you know, there are also lavender pouches on there as well, lavender intention pouches. So this actually has a different spice in it, but there are lavender ones too. But you may have things lying around in your own home, right, that are purple and great. Like for example, I have a purple pen literally opposite me. One second, right? Maybe using a purple pen. I just feel like there's a way in which Spirit is telling me the more purple you incorporate into your July, it's going to be really calming and very soothing, because it's a colour that really is very powerful for you. So purple is what we're seeing, all right? So that doesn't mean you need to do everything purple. Just, you know, you don't do like everything purple, that might drive you insane, but just a little bit of purple here and there. Can't help, it can't hurt anyone. It is sometimes a bit more of a trickier colour to kind of incorporate into our routines. It's a bit more of a, I think, a challenging colour in that sense, but nonetheless, it is there. Okay, so we are going to look at tarot and oracle cards. I can't believe I spent almost like 10 minutes on this card. Wow, okay. But we did get a lot of info, right? So I have the Life Coach oracle cards. Let's see what we have. And then we also have the words that they came with. So obviously in the thumbnail, right, each of the cards had their own 3 cubes. So I'm going to roll those as well. Okay, so thought I'd just mention that too. Okay, let's have a look and see. So I have these 3 cards, okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm then going to get a clarifying tarot card for each one. Try to figure out the best way to actually do this. Okay. Oh wow, literally 3 came out. I was like, okay, so 1, 2, 3. Cool. So these top words are the main ones, but you may also see these ones here. Oh, well, there isn't one here, but those are basically your words. So, and that goes for the same for the other groups as well, but you just may not really be able to see them where you are, which is okay, because then you might get distracted. You might be like, oh, I need to go to that group. You know, some of you might do that, but it's okay. Feel free to do what you feel. Okay, so we have here Dark Night of the Soul. And it says you are in the midst of a spiritual awakening, which is quite significant because, well, hey, look, you're going from caterpillar to butterfly energy, and with that comes change. Be prepared to let go, basically, of certain things that no longer serve you. Be prepared to be okay going through this sort of situation on your own. A spiritual awakening is never easy. This kind of change is never simple, but what it does give you, it gives you a huge boost, and it allows you to learn so much more about yourself, and it can be literally life-changing. Okay, so it may be uncomfortable, okay, and you may feel a little drained at times, but overall you're gaining so much more from it, right? It's a little bit like when people have surgery. Like, no one really wants to have surgery. You know, it's not like the most fun thing in the world. It's painful, it's awful in some circumstances. You know, like nobody really wants like injections and all that kind of stuff, right? They don't. But it comes with healing, and it comes with a purpose. Like, obviously some people do it for cosmetic purposes, but other people do it for health reasons, right? And then eventually, especially if the surgery goes well, you may get to the root cause of whatever was the problem, so that you don't have to live with that problem, so that it gets resolved, right? So that's kind of what a spiritual awakening is like. It's never easy, it's never fun, but it makes your life better, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. Because some of you might be like, what is the purpose of one? Well, it's hard to explain, but it's there to lift your soul and lift your spirit, and to make your life, make you awaken so that you can make better choices in your life, and also so that the right things can come in as well at the same time, right? And then you've also got the Strength card with this as well. So, you know, you're conquering things. It's going to make you a lot stronger. It's going to give you a lot of energy. You know, at times things may feel quite intense, okay, but a spiritual awakening is never easy. You're definitely ready for this. You're ready for the big changes that you're going through in your life. You're ready for some of these awakenings that you have, or epiphanies that you have throughout the days, where you might go and you might say to yourself, like, oh my God, I didn't imagine this. And boom, it happens, right? Like, I just couldn't imagine that this change would happen, but here we are. And then you're living through it, you know? So the words we have here is melodic. And then you also have here hellbent, okay? So yep, things may feel a little challenging, but they also may feel very, very calming. So there's this sort of energy where July is actually giving you so much strength and so much energy. You've also got Leo season as well in July, which is trying to help you a lot, okay? So it just says here, take every day as it comes. try to do the best that you can. When it comes to big changes, just know that it's giving you so much more stability. Take care of yourself and your routine. Look after yourself and the people that love and appreciate you, and everything works around you. Okay, like things are coming together. Basically, everything's shaping itself around you. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, then you have here core values. It's amazing actually how I can read core values, and then you've literally got the Hierophant sitting on top, because the Hierophant is literally about values. It's literally about progression. It's literally, I keep saying literally, but it's such a big energy of sort of tradition, family, your own personal values, and also the long-term aspect of things, again with stability. So the fact you've got core values is pretty amazing. So we have core values. It says follow your heart and make your values a priority. Okay, so follow your heart, follow the things that make you feel good, make your own traditions, make your own rules, follow what feels good to you, so long as you're not hurting other people. Like, who's it hurting? It's one of those things where you do have to look after yourself. And also, meditating on your root chakra can be so powerful throughout the course of July as well, because again, you've got a lot of fire energy with Leo season, and you are becoming so much stronger within your physical stability, security, self-sufficiency, and your responsibility towards yourself is increasing. So some of you are literally sort of becoming so independent to the point where you're like, look, I got this. This is my life. I'm gonna do what feels good to me. And I feel like so many of you are breaking away from always listening to what other people say, because you know that it's just not serving you, and you just want to fly and have freedom, and you want to be able to do the things you want to do. Then we also have claws and biting. So, some of you may still feel like a little bit like, nervous. You may be, biting nails. You might be sort of biting your tongue. Like, you might be just biting in general. But I feel like this is that sort of energy here of like sometimes even biting your tongue. Like, some of you may have bit your tongue. Well, I mean, you may have physically done that, but it's more so like, for example, if you're talking to family, you may have just never said what you truly wanted to say, but here in July, you're saying what you want to say, and you're being the true version of yourself and doing what feels best for you. So that's what we have with calls as well, is that you're making the right calls for yourself, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to communicate really well with others as well. And of course, that's the Taurus energy. Taurus energy is all about the throat chakra, because Taurus is ruled by the throat. So you're being as communicative as possible, you're trying to be as truthful as possible, and that's really what I see here as well. And then finally, we have connection, and it says you're very connected to the heavenly realms. So see, you are connecting not only to yourself, okay, by filling up your own cup and presenting it to yourself, but also then you can also attract this right kind of energy in regards to relationships. And I'm not just talking about love, like, partner. I'm also talking about family and friends, and your spirit guides are there to support you for sure, because when you connect to yourself, you're connecting to your divine self, and then the spirit guides, the universe, angels, they want to then support you even further. And so that's really what I see here, is that July is all about connection. First of all, connection to yourself, which then helps to strengthen connection with those around you who are best for you. Boom, right? Put yourself first and life will shape itself around you. And yeah, for those of you really looking for love, you're desperate for love, for example, or you're desperate for connection. When you take care of you, that is the first step to you getting the people around you that are best for you. If you're sitting there and waiting for someone and it's not happening, that's because you're not giving yourself enough priority. And that's why things are slow, and that's why things month after month are not happening. If you're watching a bunch of tarot readings, even other people's tarot readings, and they're saying like, oh, this month this will happen, but then you're like, it's just not happening. And then you're sitting there and waiting, and it's not happening the next month. It's because you're waiting and not giving yourself enough importance, which is obviously why things won't happen, right? We want things to happen, we want things to come together. It's just really significant in that sense. So yep, that is what we have, group one. This is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are available on my website as well. And yeah, take care everyone. Alright, so now we move to the next group. Oh my gosh, I just had this thought. So if anyone's actually watching this at this point, I did a pick a card, my most recent one before this one, and I obviously used fresh flowers from my garden. I still keep thinking about that slug that emerged out of the flower. I was just like, oh, surprise. But that's Mother Nature for you. I was just like, yeah, there's no slug that's going to emerge today because these crystals have not been outside. Oh, anyways. The green just reminded me of that. All right, group number 2. Let's have a look and see what is coming to you. Okay, so what's coming in July 2021? For you, we have this beautiful green pile with this green crystal, which you can purchase on my website, along with all the other types of crystals as well. So if you are interested, link will be down below. We are going to put the green crystal on the green setting. Let me just move that across a little bit like that. There we go. And your first card. So let's have a look and see what's coming for you. It says here, I embrace my shadow side and acknowledge it is part of my whole and wonderful self. All right, so that is the first card. This is from the Soul and Spirit subscription for each month. It's like a magazine subscription that happens. So, yep, it's just one of the cards from the deck that comes with it. Okay, so what I see here coming through for you in July, and we're going to get onto Oracle and Tarot cards as well, is that you are really embracing the parts of yourself. I mean, I think that you're the kind of person that doesn't always try and run away from yourself. You are very self-aware, you are very mature. I feel like you're an old soul as well, and what that means is it doesn't mean that you're an old person, or anything like that. It's basically to do with your soul's age. You've had a lot of past lives, a lot of incarnations. You're very mature, and you tend to digest information. You tend to look at emotions closely. You're not emotionally unavailable. You are very much so someone who can learn and digest things quicker than other people. So young souls are those who just don't have as much past life experience. It can take them years to learn the same thing that it could take you a month to learn. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's the kind of difference that there is. And here you are really embracing your shadow. Now, the shadow aspect are the unconscious aspects of ourselves that sometimes we don't really look at, or that we think we don't need to look at, right? But here you are acknowledging that it's part of your whole and wonderful self. And when you do that, boy, oh boy, does the universe put abundance onto your plate. All right, I'm just telling you, looking at your shadow self or doing shadow work, which you can also find a lot of information on Google for. I also do shadow work healing as well, so something to note, because I actually work with it a lot as well. But there's so much information online, and obviously I'm just trying to tell you what's coming in July. Yeah, so this really does help you to strengthen yourself. And not only that, when you do this, trust me when I say the universe will put so much more abundance onto your plate, because it's one thing to have a lot of ego and pride. Everyone has an ego, but it depends on how much of it we have, of course. But when you do shadow work, the universe is basically seeing that you are able to look at parts of yourself that not everybody can face. Not everybody can face looking at their shadow. This is looking at things that you can do better. These are looking at parts of yourself that you haven't really looked at or acknowledged. So, yeah. If you want more info on that, definitely, either you can contact me for shadow work healing, or you can, of course, look at information online as well. But I'm just trying to tell you what's coming for July. I don't think we were going to go on a tangent for shadow work, but yeah, it's really powerful actually. Shadow work healing can also help, especially if anyone who's been in toxic relationships. It can allow you to uncover why you have been in those kinds of relationships and what you can learn from yourself and things like that. You may pick up on things like codependency. You may pick up on things like, why am I so addicted to unrequited love? You may pick up on so many different aspects, and why you feel like you need to chase and things like that. That's part of your shadow. So it can be very powerful to actually do that. Whoa, look at that wake up call. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 3 of these Life Coach Oracle cards out, of which we have so many here, and then I'm going to clarify each one with a tarot card. All right, so let me just grab those. By the way, green really reminds me of the earth, and to be honest, look what we have here. It says earth shifts. So going out into nature and really absorbing nature and just being in the middle of nature, it can be very, very powerful for you. If you went for a walk, I feel a lot of you actually going for walks in July. You may also just want to listen to very nice like rain sounds or the sound of waves. You may be wanting to listen to nature sounds as well. So I see a lot of that. Some of you may also just want to kind of go out and into a park or in your garden if you have one, and just sort of sit there and sort of be in that sort of serene, peaceful mode, or go hiking, things like that. I really do see with a lot of like greenery. So got a lot of green here. A lot of you may be also eating a lot of green foods. Well, I mean, that would be like the healthy foods, right? Green foods tend to be very, very healthy, of course. So yeah, I mean, that's what I see here, okay? A lot of like health and vitality is coming through here. It's almost like you're like, nope, I don't want to be eating too much bad stuff here, but, you know, everything in moderation, I always say, you know, always everything in moderation. That's it. So, wake up call. You are about to discover your life purpose, okay? Actually, tarot cards, let me grab those first. Ooh, do you know what? Maybe someone, and I feel like this is going to happen because the Three of Pentacles is sort of this energy of teamwork and collaboration. I feel like someone around you can help you to discover your life purpose. Now, this could have been a bad relationship. This could have been someone in your family. This could have been someone that actually may not have done like the nicest things towards you, but it makes you understand so much more about yourself. And that's what I also feel here with the shadow aspect of yourself as well, is that your shadow aspect is being discovered based on what someone may have done before. You know how sometimes people go to therapy because of how they feel, and it could have been because of a bad relationship or childhood trauma and things like that, but it awakens that shadow aspect of themselves and then they discover it. Obviously, we don't wish pain upon anyone, but it seems to me like someone here allows you to understand that aspect of yourself, and therefore you grow and you learn from these particular avenues. So, or you learn these avenues, should I say. So yeah, wake up call here. I feel like someone is actually has helped you to discover that aspect. And for a lot of you, it may be a bad relationship, and that person has really allowed you to see, you know, the fact that you're getting or have gotten before attached, and again, codependency and things like that. So I feel like the Three of Pentacles definitely showcases that. It could have also been, you know, someone in work, for example. It's going to be different for everyone. It could be, you know, a parent or a guardian or a figure or a brother or a sister, or it could be anyone, but essentially someone here has basically allowed you to discover that part of yourself, and also your life purpose is going to be discovered via your inner work. So that's basically things like meditation, that is things like your strong spiritual path, shadow work, healing, yeah. Ta-da! You're going to have a big epiphany, okay? A big epiphany in July where you think to yourself, oh my God, this is what I'm supposed to do my entire life. This is what I was meant to do on this planet. So a lot of you here are going to recognize your life purpose in regards to work, okay? And someone here allows you and awakens you to be able to think about that, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Then you have Earth shifts. You're very connected to Mother Earth, and as such, you experience all that she does. And you've got the Sun as the clarifying card with all the sunflowers, which is all about growth as well. So, okay, well, didn't we already sort of talk about this, right? It just pretty much clarified what I said. So, yeah, you're connected to Mother Earth. Like I mentioned, a lot of you are going to be eating quite a lot of, you know, green foods. You're going to be going out into nature, things like that. And, yep. You'll be able to listen to all of those sounds and be present in all of those aspects. And then the Sun here really does go to show as well. I mean, for many of you, July is the summer solstice, right? So that really does go to show here, this energy of the Sun being very powerful. I know it's not summer everywhere in the world, that's why I said, you know, for many of you. And of course, the sunflowers here shows a lot of growth. You're going to be feeling a lot more inner peace, personal power, self-confidence, self-worth, self-acceptance, trusting and accepting your gut feelings, and just feeling really good and very, very warm. So this shows happiness, joy, and positivity, and that really being out in nature is going to boost your positivity and how you feel within yourself so much more. Then we have here auric field, and wow, This one here says it is time to call in energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. So the spiritual energies are very, very strong here in July for you. What they say is when you strengthen your divine self and you are focused on your spiritual self, you will strengthen everything around you. This can be career, this can be relationships, this can be your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, your finances, etc. So when you are able to look after your auric field and your aura, and you're able to do things like shadow work, or some of you may be doing therapy, right? You are actually, or meditation, for example, as well, can be very powerful because that allows you to connect to your third eye, and your third eye helps you, when your third eye is activated, actually, it helps you to make the right decisions and choices. You may be drawn to the right kinds of people and be repelled away from the wrong type of people. So that can be very, very powerful, okay? So focus on your aura, take care of yourself. Basically, how can you focus on your aura? Well, it's about doing things that feel best for you, where you're not swayed to do things just out of, let's say, addiction or frustration or sadness. You know, you're actually doing it because it feels good to you. So think about your relationships around you. What actually feels good to you? And then what actually stresses you out? You know, what stresses you out? And trying to balance those things. Now, we can't always just all eliminate stress, you know, because we have to do certain things like, you know, some of you may have a job that you just don't really like, and we have to do it because, you know, it's part of life. But if you can find ways to sort of strengthen your aura and your personal self, you will actually eventually take yourself to a better place where you can actually find like a better job, right, through your own aura and your self-work. So the Ace of Wands is about knowing that you have power in your own hands, and I really feel here as well that you can, for sure, things like cleansing, saging, all of those things can be very, very powerful. Actually, that also reminds me of like chakra cleanses as well. That would be a very good thing as well to do in July, because again, the sun is in a very powerful aspect, and so you're going to be feeling a lot of power within yourself, and that can be a really great thing as well, where the clearer and stronger your aura is, the more opportunities you're actually bringing to yourself. It's a very spiritual message here that we do have, which I think is quite significant, but that's what we have, is that there's a lot coming towards you in July, and a lot of this is to do with sort of the inner work that you do within yourself, which is going to strengthen everything on the outer aspect of things. So what can you expect in July? Well, you're going to have a big awakening, and you're going to have a lot of epiphanies. You're going to realize what's best for you and what isn't. You're going to essentially recognize part of your journey. Now, these are actually the 3 for your group, so there's 3 actually for each group, and obviously that's for group 2. So, see, we have journey and spiral, which are these words here. So some of you may feel like you're sort of going in this spiral, but trust me, it's part of the journey, it's part of the process, and you are going to be, you know, you're going to be recognizing what's truly best for you and what's working best for you as well. Okay, then we have this one here, which says clamor and fortune. So look, you may at times feel like things are challenging, but actually these challenges are helping you to become stronger. And also fortune here shows that there is a real sense of sort of richness in terms of how you feel within yourself, and that you are essentially getting yourself to a place where you feel really, really abundant. Now, the sun is its strongest, of course, in a summer solstice, for us anyways. And so that goes to show here that, again, it's a really great time, you know, to accept that, okay, these challenges and these issues have arisen, but that you're going to become even stronger throughout the process. So it's not too bad. And then, of course, we've got whispers and spat. So, yeah, you know, obviously sometimes these things may not feel good. You may feel like, oh, I just want to cleanse out all of this toxic energy and have my good stuff. Some of you may also hear like some gossip about you, but honestly, just spit it out, because it does not mean and define you at all. In fact, you're recognizing and realizing what is truly, truly best for you. So in the grand scheme of things, what I see here in July is that you're becoming stronger. You literally couldn't care less what people are thinking about you. And in turn, you are attracting so much more abundance for yourself as well. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. All right, so group 2, this is your reading. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website. And yeah, take care everyone. Bye. Okay, so we're done with this one. All right, put that there, put that there, put this here, put this here. Okay, I can't even grab the card. I cannot even grab the card. Oh, wow. Here we go. Wow, what a pile. That's so pretty. All right, group number 3. This is your reading for July 2021. Let's have a look and see what is coming through. You've chosen this absolutely stunning blue crystal. The crystals are available to purchase on my website, so they'll be linked down below. And actually, look at that, it matches my nails as well. Wow, okay, so we will put that right here. Actually, let me just move it across a little bit. A little bit there. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's have a look and see what we have for you. So this one here says, my rose quartz crystals remind me of the need to show myself love and tenderness. Okay, so whether you have rose quartz crystals or not, okay, whether you have those or not, essentially July is very much so, you're going to see a lot of different things in July that are going to remind you that, wait a second, I need to give love to myself, okay? So in July, you may even get people remind you of that. So say, for example, right, you go to, you know, some tarot readers on YouTube. I mean, I'm obviously one, but there's so many, right? So you may be sort of stumbling upon other people's readings as well. They may literally be reminding you, love yourself, give love to yourself. Literally, I feel like everywhere you go, you'll be reminded of giving love to yourself. You may be watching a TV show and, you know, I don't know, there might be an interview and someone's saying, you know, I really needed to just love myself. You may be watching, I don't know, a documentary and someone says, you know, I just needed to love myself. Or you may be watching, I don't know, or hearing someone say, oh, you know, love myself, you know, and things worked out. I just feel like all you're going to be hearing throughout July is love yourself or love myself. So I feel like things are just going to remind you of that, to be honest. You may even get dreams that are reminding you to give a little bit more love to yourself, or to do things that make you feel really, really good, or to give yourself comfort. So I'm just saying, okay, that there is an energy that really screams that. So if you keep, for example, if you go to July and you're watching some tarot readings and they keep saying, love yourself, that just is what we're seeing, okay? So love yourself, I'm going to say it as well. It's good. It's a good thing to do. You know, when you love yourself, you're actually showing the universe that I'm worthy, I'm capable, and actually that allows the universe to sort of shape itself around you to give you everything that you also need. When you don't love yourself, how can you expect others to love you, right? You have to fill up your own cup to then be able to be given one in return, because like attracts like. Otherwise, everything becomes very imbalanced and not so great, right? So, you know, I think that's the thing here, is go with the flow, love yourself, give yourself some peace and some solitude. Just like the color blue, you know, it really represents peace, it represents calm. Take care of yourself. Everything seems to then move with you rather than against you. Go with the flow, right? So let's grab some of these Life Coach Oracle cards and see what's coming through for you. So I'm going to grab 3. Let's get this one as well. And then I'm going to sum them up with tarot cards, and then we also have 3 of your words here. So these are actually the 3 words for you. So each pile actually has 3 words. So okay, so we've got these here. Okay, so I'll go through them bit by bit, but let me just get the cards out first. And then I'll show you as well. Okay, so that's the first one. Ooh, 8 of Pentacles. Lovers. Oh, yes. Love yourself, guys. Love yourself. You're going to get so fed up of me saying that. Actually, spread it in the comment section below, because, you know, people from other groups, like, for example, if someone's watching group 1 or group 3, you are group 3, group 1 or group 2 or group 4, and they just randomly come across your comment, you know, it might just spread a bit of love and positivity in the comment section as well. Just say, you know, love yourself. Write it in the comment section below, and I will know you've come from the group number 3, haven't you? Okay, so we have got here, let's just get to it. heavenly helpers. Your spiritual team is guiding you through this difficult situation. So some of you have been through difficult situations, and I think that this love yourself energy also stems from the fact that you may have been mistreated, whether that's from your past or in childhood or in a recent relationship. If you have been mistreated, trust me when I say your spirit guides and your angels and your crystals clearly are trying to tell you, hey, look, you know what, it's been difficult, but you can get through this. Because what do we have with it? We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is basically showing you to focus on the things you can focus on. Try not to stress about the things you can't. Leave your problems at the feet of the divine and try and take care of yourself as much as possible and be there for people that are there for you. For some of you that don't have friends, your spirit guides are there, okay? Your spirit guides are there, your ancestors are there. They're trying to help you as much as possible, okay? So also focusing on areas of work can sort of help to take your mind off of things in other aspects. Obviously, I'm not saying like, hey, suppress your emotions. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that give yourself that love and the dedication that you have constantly given to others, okay? Especially if you've been treated really, really badly and something horrible has happened in your past. July is about getting through things. It's about trying to move through difficulties and situations. You can do it, okay? You have some heavenly helpers on your side, for sure. And trust me, they see everything, right? They see everything. They see your pain, but they also see how other people have treated you. Also, on top of that as well, with the Heavenly Helpers card, is that they can hear conversations you can't hear. They can see things you can't see. So keep that in mind, okay? Then we have here the words friendly and able. So you are more than able, okay? And see, your heavenly friends are there to help you. And also, if you have really supportive friends, take their help, because why not? Why not? They're there for you, right? So next we have here Visionary with the Lovers card. So this one here says you are learning to synthesize all of your your creative ideas into action. So yeah, again, look, it's telling you to sort of focus on aspects that you can. Creativity can be great, drawing, painting, I don't know, cooking. It depends on what makes you feel good, what makes you feel creative. Decorating, for example. These things will really help you to feel a lot better in the grand scheme of things. So channeling that into something bigger can be pretty significant, especially if you've been through heartache or heartbreak, or you've been through some really difficult moments. A lot of people channel that into something, that is creative. They channel it into something else, and that's one of the things that I see is really great for you, to channel that into something else. So do something that gives you sort of vision. Some of you might be setting up your own business, or kind of be wanting to work on your body or getting to fitness and things like that, so that you can have like this glow up basically. And the Lovers here definitely shows that some of you have really had difficulties in terms of love, but again, this is an energy where what you give to yourself can be mirrored back in return. So if you give yourself love, it can be mirrored in regards to future love, or in regards to how the person around you also sees you, eventually in July as well, towards the end. So just know that you have those heavenly helpers on your side, and channel your creativity into something more, because the sun is very powerful in July, right? You got the summer solstice. Well, I know it's not summer everywhere in the world, but you have got a summer solstice. And channel it into growth, productivity, and try and do things for yourself, but at the same time looking after yourself as well, okay? What they say as well is, especially when people have been through difficult times, is that it's sometimes really hard to divert the mind. But what I would say is channel it into something that sort of makes you forget about that for a second, okay? Or distracting your mind in that sense, because sometimes things can be very difficult, but we just have to put our mind to something else for a little period of time. That's not emotional suppression. Is it a bit of a distraction? Kind of, but some of us need it, right? Otherwise, we just end up in rumination. Okay, so look, what I'm seeing here actually is the fact that channeling your creativity into this entire aspect and working hard on this can actually allow you to build a fortune. So some of you may sort of make this into something bigger. You know how there are certain singers that have used their broken heart to make art, and then their single goes viral, or things like that? You know what I mean? Like, there are so many people that have created businesses out of heartbreak and heartache, or just sadness that they faced, or things like that, and then it's made them a fortune. It's been something that they've just made into something bigger. Also, sucker here as well just goes to show that if you feel like a sucker and you just feel like a loser and all of that, remember, you're attracting that energy back to you. So we want to eliminate that energy and just rise above it all. Say to yourself that you are, say to yourself, I am love, I am strong, I am confident, I am power. these things will actually lift you up, right, rather than bring you down. Power struggle, okay? So you may be involved in a power struggle between two or more people. So some of you may be, okay? And it can be in regards to love or relationships. What I would say to this is that if you feel like you are a sucker, if you feel like you are in a power struggle, you have so much more power than you realize to move out of this. Some of you just may feel like you're completely stuck. You're not stuck. You really can move out of this. Remember, the sun's energies are very powerful. There's a lot of positivity, peace, and fulfillment. And it's about looking after yourself first, trusting yourself first, and just knowing that if you're in a power struggle, what do you have to do first? Love yourself, and everything else will shape itself around you, right? That's one of the things. You can't tell a flower or scream at it like, grow faster. It's not going to grow faster. It's going to grow at its own time. And what you can do in the meantime is just go with the flow. And actually, this has got the word with, and this one has here shine. Yep, shines. Ta-da, shines. So shine, okay? Don't allow someone to dull your shine. And if they try to, you're still shining, okay? You're a diamond. And diamonds don't always end up in everybody's hands, right? Diamonds sometimes are isolated in a treasure box or in a safe. They're not out for everybody to just wander around and look at sometimes, you know, and if they are, they're in a freaking caged? No, it's not caged. It's one of those glass things, isn't it? What do you call them? Cabinets. It's like a cabinet, glass cabinet. And so look, I feel like July is teaching you so many things, right? July is about personal power. It's about channeling your sadness in a way where at least it's building into something bigger. Like, a lot of you are doing big things here, right? And I feel like you look back and you'll be like, whoa, that was pretty powerful. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, in all honesty. I think that what's really quite significant here is the fact that the sun really does show that there's so much power, there's so much more positivity, and there's also love here as well. I do want to say that, especially with the lovers, is if you can really strengthen what's inside of you, you will definitely attract the right kind of person for you in July. But obviously, if you're not able to do it in July, then it kind of delays, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind. But put yourself first and everything else will work itself around you in that sense. Okay, so that is what we have here, group number 3. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website. And do take care, everyone. All right, so now we go to the last group. I can't believe we are on group 4 already. Crazy. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, wow, what a beautiful group. So pretty. I'm not biased, but I mean, this is bright and colourful and spectacular. I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, I'm going to put it like that. Hi, group number 4. This is your reading for what's coming in July 2021. So we have got here this stunning group with the absolutely stunning fuchsia crystal, which is just so beautiful. I mean, just look at that. So if you're interested in purchasing the crystals, they will be linked down below, and I am just going to place it right here for you to look at throughout the course of your reading. And we're going to see what's coming through for July 2021. So let's have a look, group number 4, and see what we have for you. So this one here says, this is the card, the main card. It says, I celebrate my body as the magnificent vessel that houses my mind, body, and soul. Wow, I see a lot of body confidence in July for you, where you're feeling really good about your body. And for those of you that still may be sort of struggling in July with it, you're making changes where you feel like, you know what, I have the motivation to go towards, perhaps lifestyle changes. Some of you may be going through like a glow up, and some of you might just be getting into this really good routine and rhythm, perhaps with exercise, perhaps with good nutrition, but also, okay, not just those aspects, because I know those are the two aspects that like everyone talks about when it comes to like, you know, vitality and things like that, but also good sleep, which is very important, by the way, as well. Good sleep, rest, and of course, perhaps even lowering a little bit of stress. I know it's not always easy, but you may find that July just ends up being a little less stressful, and so then you just feel better. But yeah, I just see here that you're proud of your body as it is, you know, and some of you may be making changes, but in general, some of you who are not making any changes, what you will find is that you're just proud of your body, you know, you're proud of how it is, and you're just motivated, you know, you're motivated and you're like, you know what, this is who I am, this is how I look, I am okay, I'm good, I feel good, you know, so you're just proud of yourself in many ways. And some of you do want to make some changes, but a lot of you here just are like, yep, this is who I am, this is how it is, it's all good. And you know what, sometimes when you do feel really good within yourself, that's also sometimes when motivation also comes as well. It's not always that motivation comes when you feel like, oh, I need to change my body, you know. It's not always when motivation is. Sometimes motivation can come when you just feel so good about yourself. You're like, yes, I want to take more care of myself. So yeah, it's you know, it's different messages. Some of you will make some lifestyle changes, and some of you might just be like, I'm just so happy with how I am right now, you know. So let's continue on here and see. So life coach oracles, I'm going to grab 3 of these, and then we're also going to sum them up with tarot cards, like clarifying cards. And then your last, well actually the last 3 word dice for you are these 3 here, because we've already covered the other group. So these are your 3 right there. So let's have a look. Oh, one of the words here is doctor. Ah, isn't that interesting? Speaking of the body, right? That's interesting. Okay, let's have a look here. This one actually came out last. Oh my gosh, there's a song that's going on in my mind. It's "And we rise up, da 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 da, rise up." Is that how the song even goes? I don't know. I've just got the rise up bit in my mind. Rise up. Okay, so you got the star, you got the Wheel of Fortune, and what do we have here? Oh my gosh, Ace of Cups. Wow, okay, cool. I like that. Let's just put these here so I remember I need to talk about them. Okay, so we got here hibernation, which is interesting that the star is with a hibernation, because you know the star is about a release, and the star is also an awakening. So we got hibernation, your soul needs time alone for meditation and rest. Actually, that makes so much sense, because in many ways, actually a lot of you might be seeing the number 6 a lot as well. So 6s are all about sort of forward movement, progression, good direction as well, balance as well. So it's actually a very good number to see. So like I mentioned it right at the beginning. Rest is something that I definitely mentioned as well. I know that people always talk about like, oh, good healthy eating and exercise, but rest is very important. Getting enough sleep is important, right? Taking care of yourself and reducing stress is very important. Those are aspects that people don't always talk about, but our bodies are complex. Our bodies are also amazing in how they function, and something so simple as being stressed can actually stop certain things from functioning properly as they should, right? So make sure you get enough sleep, and of course you do rest. Things like meditation can help to put your mind at ease. It can also help to lower anxiety, but it can also help to improve focus as well. So I definitely recommend the fact that, you know, make sure you're taking care of yourself in that sense as well. Perhaps trying to get to sleep a little bit earlier. If you are struggling a lot with sleep and stress, you may be better off also seeing a doctor. Okay, keep that in mind. We do have doctor here, but not in like a negative context. It's just more so that you can get that help if you need it professionally as well, and medically as well. So hibernation. I feel like a lot of you might just enjoy sleeping as well. That's definitely something that's coming through. It may make you feel more rested, may make you feel more productive as well. But the star here definitely shows here, you know, definitely do take care of yourself. This is a card of self-love, putting yourself first and really taking care and nourishing and nurturing those aspects of yourself, which is very, very important. Okay, the water bearer. Make sure you also just drink enough water. So we also have here spiritual growth. So it says you're currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Okay, so for those of you that have been through some very difficult moments, it is all gearing up towards this. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is optimism, it's luck, it's money, it's prosperity, very auspicious. For those of you that sort of maybe put in a job application, or you wanted to do something so badly in your life, or you wanted a relationship to work out so badly and it sort of all fell apart, what life is teaching you here is that there's something so much better waiting for you in the wings, and you may not see it right now, but rejection is redirection, and that should be your mantra, okay? Rejection is redirection. You know, when you pour water, for example, you know, she's not focused on how the water is gonna like just go. Obviously, she's targeting for it somewhere, but essentially the water will just go where it wants to. You know, that's the path of least resistance, where it just goes where it needs to and how it needs to. You know, she's not forcing it to go in a certain pattern necessarily, right? So what this is important is try not to force things in your life. You know, go with the flow, let things happen, and just know that ultimately what's going to happen and manifest for you is for the best for you, right? So the Wheel of Fortune is very important in this sense because it shows you that money will come. Now, obviously there's a lesson that you may experience in July, which is going to lead you to this abundance. This abundance can come later on down the line, but whatever you go through in July is going to teach you that, you know what, sure, this thing may not have worked out for you, but there's something so much better, okay? And it's not going to be draining to that point, but there is something you will have to release, okay? So I don't want you guys to get super scared of this, because actually it's a huge, huge blessing. It's a huge blessing, okay? It's a huge blessing. And then this one says that and many. So some of you may feel like, oh, yeah, well, whatever. I've had so many of those things that have not worked out. Like this is just one of those things. And you may just feel like that is just too many things that's happening. And to be honest, I just feel like there's something really big around the corner. So bear with it, bear with it. Then you have here fear, and it says your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. So do not fear this, okay? Anything that you fear can build up into more fear, and it can create frustration and just really annoy the hell out of you. So try not to hold on to that fear. I know sometimes it's really easy to sort of hold on to fear and to kind of just do, you know, just kind of surround yourself with that. But the more you hold on to fear, the more fear it's going to create. So what we want to do instead is we want to create some healing. You want to look after yourself. You want to be okay with the direction that you're going in. Look, it may not feel okay, but it's going to be okay. Okay, so you also got doctor here as well. I mean, some of you may be doctors, but also some of you may know doctors, or you may want to get in touch with doctors. There's definitely an energy here of doctors. So, you know, just like being real with you. You may be going to see a doctor, etc. So there's definitely that coming through. But what I will say is that the Ace of Cups here shows have more faith than fear. I actually have let me show you. It might be a little bit dusty and a little bit, you know, not so ready for camera at this very point in time because I left it on the side for a while. But I'm going to show you what it is, okay? 1 second. I had this on my channel actually, I think a while ago. I think it was last year actually, to be honest. That was a while ago. Have more faith than fear. Oh yes, right? I think it's important. I think it's really important because otherwise, you know, fear is going to hold you back, and I don't want you to feel like everything is holding you back. It's not, okay? There are some things that fall apart so that better things can come into place, and it's so hard to accept, and it's so hard and annoying to feel like, why does that happen? But you'll realize why it happens when it happens. Like, there's no other way I can really explain it, okay? Everything here that's happening for you is a blessing in disguise. All you have to do is take care of yourself, try to do the best you can in different areas of your life, and just know that the more you take care of yourself, the more life is shaping itself around you so that it can give you these beautiful, miraculous blessings and abundance, because, you know, the star is about hope and faith. It's about healing. It's about taking care of yourself. And ultimately, it's about the stars aligning in your favor. You've got one of the most auspicious planets on your side, which is Jupiter, which is teaching you that in July, if you put yourself first, Jupiter is supporting your plans and your ambitions, where things that are not really good for you and they're like, ay, that's not really the best for you long term, those things are falling apart so that the most beautiful blessings can actually be triggered into your life and come together. But if you are fearful of these things happening, they're just going to get delayed, right? And these things are just going to take more time to manifest. So the choice really is yours. Okay, so as to what you do, of course, energy wise, but yes, look after yourself for sure, embrace your divine side, and that's what we have here. Okay, so definitely focus on health for sure, that I see in July. So this is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course my intention items, which are on my website. So do check those out, and take care everyone as well. Bye.